So here's how it works. Water goes in the top and food comes out the bottom. So when you shot it up into the stratosphere, you figured it would induce a molecular phase change of the vapor from the cumulonimbus layer? That's actually a really smart observation. I mean, the clouds probably have water in them, which I guess is why you shot it up there in the first place. Right, yeah, that's what I did on purpose. Yeah, right. The machine uses a principle of hydrogenetic mutation. Water molecules are bombarded with microwave radiation, which mutates their genetic recipe into any kind of food you want. So, pizza? Yes. Mashed potatoes? Yes. Peas? Yes, that's also a food. Steak? Yes. Apples? Applesauce? Yes. Can I do a BLT? I'm pretty sure I said any kind of food. Chicken wings. Okay, well, just think about what you're saying, and if it's a food, then yes, it can. Bologna? That is a food. Ooh, how about Jell-O? Do you like Jell-O? I love Jell-O. I love Jell-O too. And peanut butter, right? Oh, no. I'm severely allergic to peanuts. Yeah, me too. So what's it called? Peanut allergy. No, the machine. Of course. It's called the Flint Lockwood Diatonic Super Mutating Dynamic Food Replicator. Or for short, the Flimsemdifer. Flimsemdifer.
I love that scene. Being a teacher now, the way their conversation went is exactly how you talk to children. Where you're like, everything that you're asking me or thinking about, think about if it's a food or not, so you don't have to ask me out loud. And then they're like, pizza? And you're like, that is food!
For me, it's more like... No, it's more like, okay, if you're sitting on the front row, put your dirty recorder in the bucket. Okay, are you sitting on the front row? All right, you can go. Why are you still sitting? You're on the front row, right?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're on the front row. Is your hand raised?
That's me, yes. Yeah?
Then go put it in the bucket. You're not on the first row, you're in the third row.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to elementary school. Public school. Not even elementary school. I bet middle schoolers and high schoolers are just as bad. But anyways, that was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Absolutely love that movie. When I first saw it in theaters, I spit my drink out literally in front of me because it was so funny. The first thing that really caught me off guard was a film by a lot of people. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So yeah, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. If you haven't seen that movie, please go watch it and definitely skip the second one. Do not watch it. It is not
the second one is great.
No, it's
second
not.
One is underrated.
No, it's not.
Really good.
It's so bad.
It's underrated.
It's so bad.
Underrated.
You're bad.
It was
There's
disgusting.
a leak in the boat.
Yeah. That was the only good joke. Ugh. Well, anyways. Is that the strawberry?
I don't know why that cracks me up. Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That episode 139. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
Flint Lockwood.
My chest hairs are tingling. We've got KT in this corner.
Thank goodness you only did minimal damage to Sardine Land.
That whole movie is so good. We could just spend all day looking at those quotes. And my name's Ileana, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy. Movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people. And here you are listening. So, welcome! We've got quite a show for you guys tonight because we're going through episode 2 of Avatar: Last Airbender Netflix series. Y'all, you were commenting in the last video how much dedication we have to only watching episode week by week. Yes, it's
very
painful.
Difficult.
It's so painful to stop.
Absolutely. Especially this past week.
Yes.
I feel like it's a test of our Christian faith.
Yeah. I feel bad for our spouses though, because they want to keep watching and we're kind of like also hurting them as well.
No.
So, I mean, too bad, so sad. You married us and this is what we had to do. But anyways, before we get into that, let's go ahead and jump into the news. All right, I'm seeing this one tomorrow. I'm seeing it tomorrow in IMAX. I'm very excited. Dune Part 2. All right. It wins the box office weekend with $81.5 million, domestic. Okay, that's a lot. 81.5 million.
I actually think that's kind of small for a big film like that.
In a weekend? In one weekend.
In one weekend for a film like that?
No, it's I mean, it's not like 150 million Marvel or Star Wars.
Yeah, it's not a Marvel.
81 for old sci-fi stuff. It's not bad. And they'll take it. That's the point. These days, 81. Bravo.
Okay.
Bravo.
Okay.
So globally, the film brought in $178.5 million. So that's still a pretty big chunk as well. This is welcome news for the theater owners and film studios, as industry has been hitting a rough patch the past few months. Yeah, I really don't think they've had any heavy hitters. I can't even remember the last box office movie except Barbie and Oppenheimer. What was after that?
Wonka. Yeah, Wonka was supposed to be the thing, but that was the only holiday movie.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that great. The film is the biggest opening for director Dennis. Help me out.
Villeneuve. Is that how you spell it?
Villeneuve. He directed Arrival and Blade Runner 2049. The film has gained a following much like Oppenheimer, with being viewed on premium large screen formats, with 40% of the box office coming from these screens. So like I said, tomorrow we're gonna go see it in IMAX. So I think that's just the way to enjoy a movie like this that's so big and grandiose, but I think it's also like a love letter. You know, that's the way I look at it. Like, the people who made this movie really enjoyed the books, and so they wanted to recreate that as closely as they could. So
actually, I was listening to NPR the other day, because I'm one of those, and they were interviewing him, and he said that it wasn't so much the book as it was the he said it kind of weird. He was trying to get the writer's ideas, but not really necessarily the book, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think visually, because the first film won all the technical Oscars, and that's what I think this one's for. I think it's more of the visuals, the practical visual effects, these wide open desert spaces that, most filmmakers would not do. They would just go to the studio and just CGI the crap out of it, green screen. But here they are making these super wide, expansive vistas, and putting that to film. This is all film too, not digital cameras. So it's I think that's kind of what he's moving toward. He wants those big visual things that the author put into the book, and then just putting that to the screen. Maybe not so much as the geeky sci-fi whatever it is, but just more about the look of the film.
They filmed in Budapest, Italy, Jordan, and Abu Dhabi between July and December of 2022. So that's pretty cool. Nice. Just to think of they actually went to these places and filmed in that place. And hopefully, you guys haven't seen it yet, right?
No,
I haven't seen it. I hadn't even seen the first one, to be honest.
Really? Interesting. I thought maybe you would eat that type of nerdy stuff up.
I want to, but again, I do want to see it on a big screen, and I don't want it because it was on Netflix for a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see it on a small screen.
It's, I think, just recently taken off of Netflix. However, it is on Hulu, so you can watch it there. But yeah, I don't know. The first one was really interesting. Hunter had to fill me in a lot of the lore because I had never read the books before, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. But once he filled me in, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I can get into this. And so now I'm really looking forward to seeing the second one. he might have to fill me in on that one too, or maybe I'll have to read up on some lore before I see it, but I'm looking forward to it, especially just visually. Excited to look at all of it. So, there's that. Good on them. I hope they keep raking in that dough with how much work they put into it. Actually, how much did it cost to make this movie? Did you guys check?
Probably like 300 mil, easy.
Let's see, Dune 2. Let's see. Dang it, I can't. Usually it shows it right there, but it's not showing me.
It cost $190 million to make.
100. Okay,
That's
so
just production costs, not including marketing.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's what
hopefully
I'm saying. Like, it didn't even get back half.
that's one weekend.
Globally it did, and it'll
Oh,
continue
good for
to do
it.
so.
Yeah, this is only one weekend. So
All right.
we got more weekends
I
to
just thought
go.
that it would do better in the U.S. That's all
No,
I'm saying.
that's a really nerdy movie. Like, I get that it has Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya in it.
What is up with everybody and that guy? What is his appeal?
What is Chris Pratt's appeal?
Yeah. Well, he's funny.
I can tell you exactly what Chris Pratt's appeal.
What is
He's very entertaining.
Tom
He's
Holland's
funny
appeal?
and good looking.
Yeah, Tom Holland. What's Tom Holland's appeal?
No, they've both been in a lot of things. Timothy Chalamet, he was in that weird movie.
He was in
That
Lady
weird indie
Bird.
movie.
Yeah, Lady Bird and some other indie films that like the
Oh, he's been in a
girls
bunch of
died
What is
for.
it? Say My Name or Call Me by Your Name? Is that right?
I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
yeah.
you're not the demographic for him, okay?
Clearly, I'm not. 'cause
He's
I'm
my age, so I'm the demographic, and girls younger than me.
You know who's my demographic?
Jack Black.
No, Hugh Jackman. The
Oh my
other
gosh,
Jack.
the other Jack. Ugh.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on. So, we did our homework. I did mine right before the show. Borderlands trailer. All right, it's out now. What did you guys think? First thoughts.
I hate it.
Such a
It
hater.
looks like Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
meets Mad Max
Yes.
meets Mad Max meets Fallout. All those
Yes.
three things put together, you get that.
That's exactly what I thought. The humor of it made me think very much so a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which I love. That humor works. It's so funny. I'm gonna wonder how like they use all the characters. Like you got Kate Blanchett, you got the one chick from Barbie, you've got Kevin Hart, and you've got Jack Black. I think that was it. Did I miss anybody? Like main core people.
No.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
she was also there. So I think that's a really interesting pair up, but I think it can work very well. Because you've got two very comical characters, Jack Black and Kevin Hart. And then you've got maybe like the more serious characters being Jamie Lee Curtis and Kate Blanchett. And then I don't know what this Barbie chick is going to do. So.
Okay, so to me, it actually seems more like Zombieland. Zombieland meets Jumanji, like the more recent Jumanji.
Because it has
not
Blackjack
Borderlands.
and Kevin
No,
Hart.
Well, not only that, but like the film style,
say
the
Blackjack?
jokes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack Black.
The film style, I don't like it. It doesn't seem like Borderlands. Borderlands, yes, is zany, but it's not that zany. It's actually quite serious. Who the heck is even playing Handsome Jack? He's like the biggest protagonist in this movie. I can't even find who's playing him in online.
Is he even in it?
Maybe it's a secret.
It probably is a
Secret
secret,
casting.
but I bet you it's
Henry Cavill.
no, I bet you it'll be
Tom
Jack Black
Holland.
in the flesh, or it'll be The Rock. I swear,
Ryan Reynolds?
If it's The Rock, I'm gonna scream. I will.
What
scream.
can I say except you're welcome?
My biggest gripe with this, just right off the bat, I'm just gonna mention one,
Okay.
is the fact that Roland is played by Kevin Hart. It's not supposed to be a comical character. He's supposed to be very serious, actually. And a leader, like a hero leader, very serious, almost like Green Lantern from friggin' Justice League. So no, I'm not impressed.
Well, Bump That will be there, and we'll prove you wrong.
They could have just.
You mean
called
John
it
Stewart,
anything else.
Green Lantern?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
They could have called this movie anything else, and I would have been fine with it. But to call it Borderlands, no.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Okay.
What was your impression? I'm ranting.
It's just zany, wacky, apocalypse, space. I never really even played Borderlands. Borderlands isn't my game, but I know some of our listeners out there. I'm doing this for the listeners. That's all I do. Everything I do.
I think you're doing it to annoy me.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, it's a star-studded cast, so it's
I'm kidding.
it needs to be talked about. I feel like now some of the other ones you guys have been bringing up, I'm like, why are we talking about this? What was it? The one that we talked about last week, the Ted 2 type.
What's wrong with Ted 2?
No, it wasn't Ted, but Seth MacFarlane and who else?
Oh, the Naked Gun?
Yeah, the Naked Gun. I'm like, why are we talking about this
Because
one?
it's fun.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
this
that's
one
probably
makes
our
sense.
demographic.
Now I know your true colors, but that's why I love you.
She hates me. Oh, you guys don't get that reference. Never
No,
mind.
sorry. All right, well, let's keep on moving on. I actually don't know this character, but Franklin from Charlie Brown and Snoopy, which is currently streaming on Apple TV, is getting his very own overdue backstory. Franklin is a young African-American boy from the military family who likes baseball, space, and listening to Stevie Wonder. I don't know what the heck this is. What is this?
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
How do you
They're
not know who
focusing on
is?
Franklin, a character from Peanuts, Charlie Brown and Snoopy, the only African-American character to appear, the first African-American character to appear in the comics.
Why are we getting some backstory from some background rando?
Because he's cool.
He's
Because
not a
why
background
not?
rando. He's like a main character.
I've
Yeah,
never
why
even
not?
heard of
That's
his name.
great. That's fine.
If you watch the Thanksgiving episode, he's there, and he is dope. He is
Yeah, he's the
awesome.
one kid sitting by himself.
No, when he walks in the door, he high fives Charlie Brown, but it's like they have their they have like a secret handshake. It's like
Nice.
awesome.
Why did you have to show us? Why didn't you just use the word secret handshake?
Because that's important.
Yeah, clearly.
Anyways, I'm just glad they're making new. I had no idea they were making new Charlie Brown, Snoopy cartoons.
I contemplated getting Apple TV just for that.
So is it going to be
Wow.
like the true Charlie Brown animated style, or is it going to be like a 3D animation? Like, what's this going to look
No,
like?
it's the traditional
Yeah,
2D.
okay.
2D. Yeah.
That was my question.
And they're really good, actually. I've
The
seen
stuff
some
we
episodes.
grew up
They're
with.
really
Yeah.
good.
That's so random, though. Like, it's fine and it's
not
okay,
random.
but
it's maybe eventually we'll get a Peppermint Patty, a Marcy
Oh my gosh.
story.
Nobody
about,
wants
you know,
Peppermint Patty. I've been hearing
Hiya,
people
Chuck!
on YouTube. I've been hearing people on YouTube like try to twist her around, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are disgusting.
hiya,
She's 9.
Chuck.
She's like 9 or 10. You guys are making her to be something that she and Marcy make her something that they're not. You guys are sick.
Yeah, some
I don't
weirdos
want
out
anything
there.
to do with that.
I'd rather have like I don't know, what's Charlie Brown's sister's name?
Sally.
Sally.
Sally?
Let's get a Sally backstory.
Sally.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's just a plain white girl. I'm over that.
Or a Lucy. Why was Lucy always so angry and so like grossed out by dogs? I gotta know.
She had to deal with blockheads. You'd be annoyed too.
Yeah,
You're annoyed right now.
So let's get that backstory. I don't know. I just find Franklin. Sure, Franklin. But why Franklin? Out of all the characters, why Franklin?
Well, let's find out what makes him so special.
Let's go through them all. Let's find out what happened. What's the dirty kid? That's his name.
The dirty kid.
The dirty kid.
Pigpen.
Pigpen. Let's see why Pigpen is just likes living in a pig pen. You know,
Why is there like
Clever.
literal clouds
the
following
origins of
him?
Pigpen.
He has dirty clouds all around him.
Jeez.
What happened to that kid? Call defects on
Schroeder
that
is
family.
a tortured genius playing his piano.
We've seen all the backstory, goodness, so many of Snoopy and Woodstock, so we don't need to hear them anymore.
Snoopy has the best one, but it kind of bothers me now that he was born at a puppy farm, like a puppy mill.
Back then it wasn't a problem.
Don't be like that.
I'm just saying.
Don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
I'm just saying.
Get your feelings out of this.
His mom wanted out, okay?
Oh my gosh! That's so horrible! Oh my gosh! Why would you say that?
She wanted out. She wanted to just, roam free.
Oh my gosh.
She was in a puppy
All right.
mill.
We're moving on. We're
Let's
moving
keep
on.
Move on.
All right. The Tourist is a new show. What is that? Dramedy? A dramedy. I guess comedy drama.
Dramedy.
Thriller
Yes.
mystery series currently streaming on Netflix. Set in the Australian outback, this Fargo-inspired series features Jamie Dornan, The Fall, 50 Shades
Yes.
of Grey, Belfast, so I guess he's from all of those, as a victim of a car crash who wakes up with amnesia in Australia. If you want a show with twists and turns and multiple what the boop moments, this is the show for you. 6 episodes for the first season. I've never heard of this show.
Yeah, I'm recommending it. It is amazing. You will absolutely love it. It's a great husband-wife show to watch. Lots of crazy twists, like I said in the brief there. But definitely check it out. It just got released on Netflix a few months ago, and it's just absolutely exploded because it wasn't on US in the US circulation.
Was it just
But now,
like
since
all
it's on there-
Australian?
It was Europe, Australia. That's where
okay.
it was released mostly. And then it just came here, and it's like, bada boom. It's huge. It's like, wow, this is great TV, great television. They're already working on season 2. I think season 2 is going to get released later on this year or in the next year. So I'm. This is a Brian Bauman recommendation. Oh yeah, check out The Tourist. It's excellent. Not for kids though. Not for kids.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, here it was. On Netflix, here's something for the whole family. Definitely not The Tourist, okay? This is a movie for the family. A little bit kind of scary, so not scary as in like Chucky or something, but scary as in like it deals with
The Last Mimsy?
No, it deals with the themes of fear and anxiety. So just be a little bit wary about that one. But it's called Orion in the Dark, and the Dark.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch that?
That one. Yeah. No,
so that one's really cute. We watched it over the weekend with the boys, and I was like a little bit like, ooh, okay, are they gonna be okay with this? Because the kid is like filled with fear and anxiety, and it's like personified as a character with the dark. And so it was like but they did a great job, and they actually went to bed kind of being like, oh, do you think Dark is gonna visit me tonight? Oh, do you think Sweet Dreams is gonna visit me? What about insomnia and whatever? So it was actually a really cute movie to see those things personified. It gave me kind of like what's that Jack Frost movie, The Guardians or something like that. Yeah, it gave me kind of that vibe where it's like you have the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and the other holidays or whatever. So kind of like that, but with these like dream-like scenarios. Super fun, really well animated. I love how like kind of fuzzy and hand-drawn things look. Definitely go check that one out on Netflix. It is a DreamWorks film. So, yeah.
Neato.
Yeah.
Written by Charlie Kaufman too. Charlie Kaufman.
Shut up, Mimsy.
So it was really good.
Gonna
Definitely check it
sprinkle
out.
that
But anyways, that will wrap up the news, and we're gonna be going to the chunk zone.
So chunky.
But before we do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right, we're 2 episodes in. Don't you want to be notified about the 3rd episode installment when we talk about it? So you need to hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified about it. All right, we're doing it. Episode 2, titled Warriors. So, what are your overall thoughts of the series thus far, and including episode 2? Oh,
You
don't
start.
don't jump out all at once.
I'm being polite. Brother, you start.
You go first. No, you go
Okay,
first. Sister.
I will.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was great.
Yes, I did
thought It
too.
was super great. Everybody that's like, oh my gosh, they changed so much. Shut up. Shut up.
Suki never had a mom.
She didn't have a mom, and you took out.
But that's
the whole
that's a
Pirates
decent
episode.
change. It's
Yes.
It's not bad. It's just that's one
What
of the changes
happened?
that's okay. It
What
doesn't
happened to
make a
foaming
difference.
at the mouth guy? He was not there, and I'm disappointed.
And, oh my gosh, Avatar Kyoshi having a heart-to-heart with Aang, and she wouldn't have left anyone, not one single person alive on the island because she's a mass murderer. Now, the only thing that I had a gripe with, lore-wise, is that everyone knows that Avatar Kyoshi created Kyoshi Island
Yeah.
to get away from Chin the Conqueror. That is my only gripe, but I don't care that they changed it. It's so minuscule. I don't care.
My only gripe with the show, or like the lore and this episode specifically, is that they didn't know Zhao beforehand.
Yeah, that too. That bothered me.
That was like, oh no, they should have known Zhao.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, like Zhao was almost like this random lower, commander.
Yeah.
Who's just like part of the Southern Fleet. Like nobody even cares. Like he's not an up and coming guy.
And it's like, no, I kind of liked how he was like be careful with this guy. Like he'll do something.
Yeah,
like he
this
knows
guy's
too
intense.
much.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's an but yeah, like Zhao's known all through the fire and navy and everything. He's crazy. He's shrewd. He's ruthless.
Yeah.
He's a bad mamma jamma.
Because it's like, I don't know, looking back at book 2 of the animated series, you see him, I search scroll after scroll. So he's been trying to do stuff for such a long
He's
time.
ambitious. That's part
Yes.
of Zhao, is that he's super ambitious. And in book 1, he climbs to the top very, very quickly. He seems to get promoted out of nowhere all the time for whatever reason. He's always getting, I guess I'm Admiral Zhao now. And that is now in order.
Yeah, or even like meeting Zhang Zhang. He's been places. He's been trying for so long. Like you said, he's ambitious. So I don't like that he was just kind of like this random character that was thrown in all of a sudden. But that's my only, in kind of Katie's too, my only gripe with the lore so far. But so I think we all agree that battle scene was awesome.
It was so good.
When
Wait.
Kyoshi takes over.
No, I disagree. 100%.
Oh no.
That was one of the big things. This is why, to me, the episode was good, not great. In fact, all the battle scenes in this episode were very subpar to me, especially the fight scenes with Sokka and Suki fighting the fire army guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the editing was just so quick. I really needed a wide shot to actually see them fight, and there was none. It was just quick editing. There's like no punches being landed. The fight choreography was not good, personally. I just thought the editing was so bad. And then when Kyoshi comes in, it just looked too cartoony.
No, I disagree.
It looks a lot better than Shyamalan Ding Dong, but it's still, for some reason, water just looks really bad.
I
just don't
disagree
think they can
so
get it right.
much.
No, just in the Kyoshi part.
That's the part that I
which is bending
loved.
all the elements. I didn't like it.
I disagree with you because when the water grabbed the Fire Navy guys or whoever they are, and like it gripped them and pulled them, I'm like, how did they do that? That looks so cool. Literally, I had my mouth like open, like, what? That looks. Shamalama Ding Dong would have never tried to do something that complex, and that's why every scene with water failed. So when it did that, I was like, they did it, and it looks cool.
Okay, one other thing though, now that I think about it, when Katara does her own water bending, and she splashes the guys, they are hit with such a force of water that it was a little too much. Like it's almost like bah, and they're just like it literally just like they would just got like a cold like splash almost. That's just maybe I'm nitpicking maybe.
No, I really liked it, and also I liked Iroh a whole lot better in this episode than I did the first one.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Hi, Kirby.
Zuko, when you're searching for something, the first thing you must look for is sticky rice.
Yeah, I thought that was so good. I'm like, there he is. He's serious, but also funny. So.
But first, I need to eat this roast duck.
Yeah.
You know,
but I like that he.
Think about it, like.
You go, Brian. You go.
Yeah, just really quick about that fight scene. Like all you see are just the guys being impacted when they hit the ground. I feel like that's all you see. You don't see like actually any fights. Just like guys like hitting the ground, and that's.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like people like breaking their legs or their necks or coughing up water.
All you see is they just fall on their stomachs like.
I don't think I noticed that. No. I don't know. I was so captivated by the fighting that I thought it was just so cool. Real quick, so we talked about Commander Zhao. Let's move on to Suki. All right.
Wait, can we go back to Zhao really quick? I need your guys' opinion.
Yes.
Is this actor a good Zhao?
I don't hate it.
I think he can grow into it.
He seems very unimposing.
I feel like he could have been a little bit younger. Like, have they had found a younger guy? But I don't hate it, and I think I'm gonna grow to like it more.
I hope I do. He just seems very like, I will get you those records.
Yeah.
Follow. But it's like, I don't know. I need him to seem more menacing.
Right. So whenever Zhao talked in the animated series, he always seemed very sure of himself, and the way he talked to like his subordinates or whatever, it was very like, make sure you follow them and listen to like their conversations and then report back to me. It was always very sure, not like, I think maybe we should be doing something like, I kind of think, maybe perhaps something like that, Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think I'll grow to like him more.
I think the actor is Ken Leung, and he's been seen in such films or shows. He was the main bad guy in Rush Hour, the first one.
Oh,
he had a big role in Lost. Yeah. And then he was in The Force Awakens, and he's done some other. He's been in. I remember he was in X-Men: Last Stand. He was a character in that show too.
So he's a veteran actor, basically.
Yeah, he's a veteran, and he's actually an excellent actor. I think there's just these parts where he's just kind of like, yeah, you guys can totally check the records, absolutely. And I just want to see more of like the ruthless, aggressive Zhao who is gonna.
Like,
yeah,
can you do that? Let me hear your war scream. Ah!
And it's kind of, I think the one of the biggest things that I've heard about the critiques of the show, and I agree with it with this episode, which I think is a good, not great episode, is that everything is like moving so fast. We got to go boom, boom, boom,
they
boom,
have to.
boom. That I really would have liked to had. Yeah, but they cover so much ground. From 1 minute, they're at the Southern Air Temple. We're in the Fire Navy place, battle the yards, and then we're on Kyoshi.
Well, think about it. They spent a lot of time on Kyoshi, and that's just one episode. So.
But I feel like I didn't even get to see Kyoshi too much though either. Like it was like we were barely there.
Yeah, there's just a lot that's going on.
I know, there's a lot.
But let's go ahead and talk about Suki, moving away from Zhao. So, Suki, she was introduced, and what'd y'all think?
I love her.
I'm in love.
So is Sokka.
What a bad chick. Like, she's awesome.
What robot is talking to us?
My Alexa is saying that there's someone at my door.
Well, anyways, Suki, I think actress, excellent. excellent pick for an actress. I think her fighting style was definitely Kyoshi Warrior. It doesn't have that snappiness that it does in animation, but that you can't really change that, unfortunately, in the real world. But her chemistry with Sokka, awesome. I felt that
Wait,
so
a little
good.
bit too much though.
Yeah,
A little bit
I was
too
thinking
much.
the same
Like, wait a
thing.
minute.
I was like, don't make out.
Like,
Don't
whoa,
make
whoa,
out.
whoa.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whoa, they're
Like,
gonna need
dang.
a
And
room.
then she saw his boobies.
Boobies.
If-
But I
if-
thought it was fun.
if
I thought it was.
If Mom Chief wasn't right there outside the door,
Oh my gosh.
dang, what the heck would have happened, man?
We're moving a little quick here, girl. You don't even know my last name.
That's just like, man, I haven't seen a man on Kyoshi Island in
man.
forever,
Oh
and I'm young. You know, it's such what it,
Oh my
it's
God.
like. That's why she's like, thank you for showing me the world. Yeah, 'cause it's all must be all chicks on this island, dude. That's why Sokka.
I
Mascara.
can
You got your
show
pick
you
of the litter, bro.
world. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. But I think the humor between both of them was good. It didn't have that, well, you're just a girl type of thing, but it still worked. You know, he was
It
still
didn't need
shocked. He
Yeah,
was
it didn't
he was
need
still surprised that, oh, you can be a warrior and you're actually a better warrior than me. And I think it worked very well. And then their little training sequence was awesome. So
Yeah.
It just happens so quick though.
that's the
Again,
thing, Brian.
like,
It's gonna be quick. It's only 8 episodes, man.
I know, but I mean, like we said, they're already like smooching pretty hard. It wasn't even a kiss on the cheek. If they kissed on the cheek, and that's how they ended
But
it.
I'm a girl,
like,
too.
Oh, okay, I get it. But they're already, tongue fooling around.
Okay. You're too much. That did not
Tongue
happen.
bending.
Stop,
Yeah,
you
but
two.
Sokka hasn't. He has no experience with the ladies at all, and already he's a Mac Daddy.
What?
laying down.
What?
On this chick. Very nice girl, but it's like this is too quick, and already like, really quick. He's like just Sokka right away is already smashing Fire Nation guys too, Fire Goons, like just beating them up. Like, wait a minute.
No, he was doing
Sokka
that
shouldn't
in
be
this
this good of a
episode.
fighter until like way in season.
Well,
2,
he had just
you know?
gotten trained by Suki.
The same thing happened in the cartoon.
Yeah, and like he was almost shocked with himself how he could, I don't know,
Well, I
defeat
did
them.
it.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 20 minutes and I'm already a full-on master. Dang.
Did we like the addition of the mom character?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
She was fine.
It's
She propelled the
She was
story
fine.
forward.
Okay. Let's see. Going back to the very beginning of the episode, we have the introduction of Momo. How do you guys think that looked, and how do you guys think it like fell into the story? Did it like flow well, or?
I thought so. He was in the bag with the food.
Yeah.
Classic Momo.
Classic Momo.
I mean, he ain't no Baby Yoda, but he'll do, I guess.
Grogu. Momo. Oh,
I liked how
man.
the kids interacted with him. It was really cute. They were just laughing.
Yeah, when they were on Appa's back.
Yeah.
I thought that was cute. That was very cute. So we talked a little bit about Katara. We talked a little bit about Sokka. Let's see Aang. How did Aang fare in this episode?
I liked him better in this episode.
Okay.
I think he fit a little bit more as Aang here. And even when he's talking to, what was making me annoyed, and I'm like, come on, Aang, gosh, is when he's talking with Kyoshi, I felt like he was talking with her for a while.
A long time, yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I was like, come on, man, people are attacking.
I feel like they were
let's go.
saying their conversation could have gone a little bit better. Writing wise, I feel like they just had a lot of nothing. Kyoshi, I like,
Yes.
was brutal, as she always will be, but I feel like as an introduction to the Avatar, I think he's going to be like, wait, I'm supposed to be balanced. I'm supposed to be, bring peace to the world, and you're telling me to fight and to do all of these things. I wish we hadn't seen Kyoshi before Roku. I wish we had seen more Roku Aang interaction first.
Yes.
And then get Kyoshi, and then he could be like, wait, but Kyoshi said, I shouldn't have talked to Kyoshi,
Yeah. It almost makes sense, though, it almost makes more sense this way.
Why is that?
Because he didn't have any connection with his past life. He didn't know anything. And so...
for him to be on Kyoshi Island, yeah.
He goes to Kyoshi Island. Now, here's the thing that I just remembered that I'm like, what? No. That he
The
can
shrines?
only...
Is that...
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That he can only connect with his
Yeah.
past life from shrines. It's
Yeah.
like, what? No.
That I think is not going to work out.
What are they gonna do on the lion turtle?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out. Maybe Aang finds out he's more powerful than that, and he, gets past it or something. I don't know.
The lion
I hope
turtle
so.
has
What
got
a
to be,
stupid thing.
super spiritual. It's a really spiritual place, so he's able to connect there. That's what they say.
Yeah, they'll fill a way. They'll find a way to write it out somehow.
I do want to say about Aang in this episode.
Yes.
As far as his acting goes, the actor Gordon Cormier,
He's so
last
cute.
week I gave some criticism that a lot of his acting is forced and he's being absolutely led on by the directors. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about this kid. Whenever he smiles, it is so real and believable that he's actually having a good time.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a moment of levity and they're able to just be kids, that performance comes through all the way, and you feel that. It is the enthusiasm, the energy of Gordon Cormier as Aang. Whenever he's smiling and having a good time, it's good. It works. The only part is when things get really heavy and he has to be really serious. It's like...
Yeah, it's very
it's hard for him,
rehearsed.
I think, to get there. Yeah, but whenever they're just able to breathe and smile and have fun, it's awesome. And that works with Katara. I think that works with Katara so far too.
Yeah.
Whenever they're just able to be themselves, they're like a breath of fresh air.
All right, so I do want to mention real quick, Aang has not waterbended yet. So apparently that's going to be a big plot point that Aang is going to be running away from his avatar duties to master waterbending. How do we feel about this new adaptation? Instead of him being already like a master pro at waterbending, he's running away from it. So how do we feel?
I'll have to see it. What they do with it.
Well, they're moving the plot towards the North Pole, so I think that was a big part of it.
I thought when he was gonna go to the river, I thought that he was gonna waterbend and be like, "Oh, you mean like this?" and waterbend with Katara, but that wasn't the case.
Right.
In fact, they just started splashing each other, and I was like, "Wing."
I thought it was cute and childish.
It was, but I was expecting him to try to waterbend.
Right.
But that didn't happen. You know what else didn't happen? Actually, what happened? This totally happened. I was not down with Suki taking off her freaking makeup.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was fine. This was her one chance for Avatar Kyoshi to see her with her makeup on and show what a total fangirl she is. But no.
Yeah, I thought that was really.
She take her makeup off?
I thought that was
they came off way too fast. You know what I mean? That was like Mulan.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was a really
I did
interesting
notice
thing
that
too.
when she was doing that, they were sparring and everything. It's like she was getting sweaty, and the makeup started to like blend or wipe off or anything. I did notice that. That was a good effect though. But yeah, it did come off too quick though.
Yeah.
I think she should have kept it on. Like, she should have kept it on the whole time so that later on, whenever we see Suki later on down the road,
Right.
Sokka's gonna be like, who are you? I don't know you. I'm kind of involved with somebody else.
Exactly
maybe?"
how it was in the animated series.
Tickets, please.
Right. Yeah, I know
Do I
your
know you?
type.
Whoa.
So, I think that was an interesting thing, but I mean, I don't care too much about it. But let's keep on going. spoiler. All right. How do you feel about the reveal of the main baddie at the end of the episode? We see the guy, the man himself, Daddy-O.
I'm fine with it. I don't have any feelings.
I didn't like it at all.
Really? Fire Lord Ozai, not a fan of seeing him so early.
Hated it. No. In fact, they need to tease that out. They need to tease that out. There we are just seeing him walking around like nothing. Like, this is supposed to be the ultimate. Like, if they had just shown his eyes, you know, or even just like his chin, not his whole face, that would have been like, yes, tease me, baby. But no,
oh my gosh,
everything away, man. They gave it all away, just like that. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Like, no, just bit by bit, man. You know,
I feel like if they really wanted to keep it a secret, then they would not be putting promotional things all over.
Yeah, they wouldn't have shown him in the promotional to begin with. But I don't mind it as much as we already know who he is. We already know what he looks like. That type of suspense has already left when the animated series came out. Like, that was the big thing with the animated series. We know already. So this one was just kind of like, what are they going to do with him now that he already is present then in the story? That's what I'm kind of excited and looking forward for.
But even still, it's just like he's not shrouded in mystery at all, period. It's like, even in like Star Wars, like, you know, there's an emperor in the first Star Wars movie, but you don't, and then in the second one, you still don't even see him completely. You see like his hologram, you know, and then until the third one, that's when you actually see him. That's like that's just a good anticipation of seeing the main bad guy, you know.
Well, maybe we'll get some other sort. Maybe we'll get some other sort of like, ooh, whoa, we didn't see this coming, because they're gonna do some other thing with it instead. That's the way it's been going thus far. Like, Kyoshi was a big whoa, we didn't see that coming. She was there. She was at the battle. Usually it's Roku who's taking over.
That was pretty cool.
So to see Kyoshi battling out on Kyoshi Island, and for like her people to see her, I think that was like a really cool way to do that.
Was that a fan thing? Do you think that was a huge fan, like, to the fans? We're gonna show you Kyoshi.
I mean, they use fans.
Yes, but
no,
really
that's not what I meant.
I know, I'm joking.
Really
I'm joking.
The full
oh
fan
my
service,
gosh.
If they really wanted the full fan service, then she would have been like smiting people left and right.
Yeah.
It would be Caucasus.
I think that was just a really cool thing that they wanted to do, like a direction-wise. They were like, you know what? They're on Kyoshi Island. Let's have Aang talk to Kyoshi, and let's bring her on board. Let's put her there. And I love the way they transitioned from Kyoshi to Aang after the battle. I thought that looked so good.
It did look good.
I was like, yes. And he's like tired. He fell through. I wish he had been like, what happened? Like, you know, a little bit more. Yeah, he was so caught up on like am I hurting anybody? Yeah, Aang, look at the destruction you caused. I wish there had been a little more Aang being like, all those people, the buildings, like, we got to get out of here. I can't cause more destruction. I wish there was a little more of that connection coming from Aang.
Something like that, but it was not very hard hitting.
Yeah, I need a little more, because Aang was very adamant about each time he looked at destruction. He's like, we got to get out of here. We got to save these people, like, protect them. But I like that the leader was like, you have brought us back something that we have been missing for such a long time. And it's like hope or something. Stop. Men. Gosh, that's not where I was going with that. But
what did you guys think about Zuko confronting Katara in that one scene?
I thought it was cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I really liked it. It made him now more menacing to her and them. Like, he's getting there, where it's not just like, oh, he's just some random dude. Now it's like, I'm gonna keep following you, and I'm gonna be a threat. So I like that's gonna happen.
He warned them, I will do whatever it takes.
Yeah. So now this is their second run-in with him, and now they know this Zuko guy is gonna keep following us everywhere.
I loved at the very, very beginning of the episode, he's just trashing his room.
Yeah.
Looking for his notebook. Like, something so trivial. And I'm like, what is this notebook? Like, why do we care so much about this notebook all of a sudden? That just appeared out of nowhere. I guess we'll find out.
I almost wish, though, that he had, like, firebended some of the stuff in there, though. Like, he just, like, found another notebook, but it wasn't the right one. He just, like, burst it into flames. I think that would have been a cool touch. It's like, I don't want them to be afraid to use bending. Like, I want them to keep using it.
It costs money.
I want them to do it.
And I think they don't want it to make it look cartoony.
Yeah,
They
not
don't
too
want it to
cheesy.
make it look cartoony.
But it's like, it's a bending TV show. Use it. Use the bending. Do you like my eyes for that, Katie?
And
Use the bending.
again, it's making me. It makes me again realize how awesome the animated show was.
Use the
That
bending.
maybe it can never, any live action version can never be as good as this animated one, because they just, yeah, I don't even know why I try.
Use the bending.
I'm listening. Ileana's being like a 5-year-old in class.
Hey, use the bending. Maybe so. I'm
I
sorry.
agree, Brian. Lord.
Hey, Brian, what'd you say?
Don't worry about it.
All right, so I'm glad we recorded this episode on a Monday so I could go downstairs and watch the next episode.
Oh my gosh. I have to go wash recorders.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
Throw
let's
it in
wrap
the
this
dishwasher.
sucker up.
All right, so we're going to be watching episode 3, finally. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
If you had to give this episode a rating,
Oh.
1 out of 10,
Oh,
what would you guys give it?
an 8.
I would think an 8.
You think that's good? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
You're a butt.
Brian the
I can't
hater.
even stand you.
Brian the
Better
hater.
than average? What would you? We didn't do last week's. What would you do the first one? What would you do
I would
for
give it about a
episode
7.
1?
A 7, yeah. Yep. What would you say, Brian?
I would give it a. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give last week's a 6. I will give Warriors a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
Okay, I can live with that.
I can live. 6 for the first episode, though?
Because I think this week was a better episode. It was a better episode.
One thing we haven't talked about yet. The music. Y'all, the music.
It was really, really good.
Every time I hear the Zuko theme, I'm like, oh, yes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, I was not thinking that one,
Yes.
but that one's good,
No,
too.
I was, because it's such, like... It's good.
I was not thinking that one at all. I was thinking like the
the Zuko
little
music?
the little flute whistle. The
You mean the Iroh music?
no,
Ooh.
no, not that one. Like the maybe it's on the Sungi horn. The I don't know how it goes. But yes, the bam bam beam bam. That one's good too. Beep
What if that was your
boom boom. What if that was my what?
Your doorbell.
Oh,
Your doorbell.
bam boom beep bam.
Oh my god, someone's at that door!
It's Azula. You hear that clink? Her little clink.
Bling, bloom, bling, boom, bling, bling.
Oh my goodness. Yes, the music so far has been excellent. I have enjoyed all of it. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and conclude this week. This week's episode of Bump That. Oh my gosh. That sounds horrible.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I'm waiting for that one to be done.
Go, go, go!
That will conclude this week's episode of Bump That. We are going to be watching episode 3 and talking about it next week. So we've got Brian in this corner.
Episode 3, yeah.
Yep. We've got KT in this corner. I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye-bye.